Go live right now. I'm gonna lose it. There we go. Hey everyone. I will fall in love with you. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either or Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe, OMI. Honestly, that's gonna be most of it, but Definity, daCat, LOKI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashy. Hello, Dashy. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, especially that super thanks button. Super chats as well. VeVe, NASDAQ. I'm just gonna text everybody in this freaking thing right here. Breaking news. VeVe, I gotta change the title, I gotta change the thumbnail. I don't even know how to do that, but VeVe to get listed on NASDAQ. I repeat, VeVe to get listed on NASDAQ. Let's freaking go. I love this game. Whew. I want to drink so bad, but I won't. I feel like this should count as a way to, yeah, this is gonna be, I freaking love this game. I gotta post this on Facebook. I gotta post this everywhere because this is like the best news that we can get. I have to call Bill Gardner. VeVe to get listed on NASDAQ. I freaking love this game so heckin' much. All right, we're done with that. We're gonna post. Vladimir Columbus, that post by Mr. Squeeb super bullish to me, so I went and picked up a secret rare common Captain America #1. I was thinking about that as well. What do you think is good? Yes, I do. However, comma, we have other news to talk about. Of course, no problem. Yeah, we got it. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get here. And actually, before I do that, let me call Bill Gardner because he's got, he actually owns, he's like the most recent owner. He owns shares in VeVe. I'm gonna go over it right now. It's on Yahoo Finance, and Yahoo Finance. I'll read it here. I'll read it live. We are just gonna call the Bill first, see if he wants to come on. Hey, brother, what you up to? Oh, all right. I'm gonna send you a link, and you gotta, like, remember in 40-Year-Old Virgin when the Asian chick's like, clear all my appointments for the afternoon, because she has to focus on that one thing, that one waxing. That is Steve Carell. Okay. So we got a what do you call it? We got a NASDAQ listing for VeVe. It is official. So yeah, I'm gonna send you the link. Like, clear all your appointments for the afternoon. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm live right now. I feel like Denzel Washington. I am drunk right now. I am what? I was supposed to go live at 8. I'll be live at 8 as well. If you want to go celebrate, want to get din with the wife, and then come back to me, that is fine. Oh, Yahoo Finance announced it. I haven't even read the article yet. My boy Ernie just bought 1,000 ORKT shares. I don't know if we should do that yet, because I don't know if the ORKT shares are going to be put into VeVe, because it's going to be rebranded as VeVe. Like, it's not going to be traded as ORKT. It'll be rebranded as Victor Echo. I know, right? I'm so, all right. My chat be blowing up. Huh? Yeah, they can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's incredible. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I got something I gotta do.
Yeah, go, like fucking 6 hours probably. Like,
I gotta take care of another project.
yeah, go get that bread, and I'll be here forever. All right, I love you. Talk to you soon. Okay, so now that a couple people are here, yeah, let's get this bread. Orange Cloud Technology Inc. enters into definitive agreement to acquire Orbis Technology Limited, operator of VeVe. Wait, Chavez, hold the phone. I thought VeVe was going on NASDAQ. How is that possible? Okay, so how reverse mergers work is the owners of VeVe, or Orbis, are Dave and Dan, right? So what's going to happen is, yes, Orange Cloud will absorb VeVe, Orange Cloud or Orbis, which owns VeVe. So it'll go Orange Cloud, Orbis, VeVe. Like that's going to be the vertical integration. And it's like, okay, but are they changing ownership? Are they selling? Not exactly. What David and Dan are doing is when that happens, they're taking ownership of ORKT. So what happens is, yes, ORKT will technically own Orbis, which owns VeVe, but David and Dan will be the new CEOs and owners of ORKT. So that's very, very exciting. The company is going to be renamed VeVe Inc. and trade on the NASDAQ under ticker symbol VeVe, Victor Echo, upon closing. Transaction contemplates concurrent private placement of 30 million to 100 million. No fucking way. Excuse my language. That is insanely low. Transaction contemplates concurrent private placement 30 to 100 million is one of the lowest things I've ever. All right, guys, that is. We're doing how many millions of dollars each year, and there's no way these margins aren't that. Like they're giving away a certain percentage to the OMI Unlimited program, and like there's no way they're doing that if their margins are thin, right? It's not like Kate Moss thin, it's not like supermodel thin. Like they're pretty thick. In order to be able to give away that, they give away a bunch of stuff on the OMI rewards leaderboard program over on Stacker currently. There's a lot of stuff that they're doing, and there's no way they're doing that if their margins are that low. So margins will be thick. There's no way that these guys are worth this little. Like I'm telling you, whatever they're at right now, and maybe you should be. All right, maybe they should be. I mean, they won't be, but maybe he should buy ORKT. They're valuing this at 30 to 100 million. That's insanely low. Okay. Let me keep going. Orange Cloud Technology, a Singapore-based technology company offering eMobic no-code platform for the development of mobile applications and SaaS subscription-based ISV solutions, today announced that it has entered a definitive agreement and plan of exchange of securities, the exchange agreement, with Orbis Technology, a New Zealand company and the operator of VeVe Inc., the largest mobile-first digital collectibles platform. Upon the closing of transaction, Orbis will become. Let me see if Foster wants to come on. Want to come on and talk about? I'm live right now. Yeah. They're valuing VeVe really low. It will take off once listing is done. All right, me and Foster can chat later. Upon closing the transaction, Orbis will become the subsidiary of the company, which will be renamed VeVe Inc. and trade on NASDAQ under the symbol VEVE. The exchange agreement follows the non-binding letter of intent announced on February 11th, 2026, and represents the definitive agreement contemplated thereunder. Orbis is a global digital intellectual property or IP infrastructure company that enables leading brands to issue, authenticate, and monetize licensed digital assets at scale. Orbis operates across IP ingestion, rights management, marketplace infrastructure, and secondary market monetization, providing an end-to-end platform for digital IP lifecycle management. VeVe is Orbis's flagship consumer-facing brand and marketplace, serving as distribution and demand engine for the group's underlying IP infrastructure. Yeah, there'll be some comments here. What up? Echo 712, is this official? How do you know it? Was on Yahoo Finance. That is where I'm reading it. Meow, Stan Mukasas is listening. Can't light up the group chat without the oh, bro. Yeah. Like go where's the group chat? Let me obviously it's there's a bunch of them, but let me Telegram. Oh my gosh. Where are OMI Unlimited? OMI fans. All right, nope, wrong one. All right, OMI Unlimited. OMI fans. They say between 30 and 100. Oh god, 100 million. Does David not freaking know? Give me 1 second. I am live right now. Give me one. I have to. Ah, shit. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Copy URL. Because some of you, yeah, I know this is the best. Cool Mo says, "Oh my God, look at her butt! Oh hell yeah!" Yeah, this is gonna be insane. Providing. Okay, let me go back to X. Where else do I have to send this? I'm gonna have to send this to. Did I send OMI Unlimited? I'm gonna send it to Akomi. We're to totally. Yes, send there. Totally send there. And OMI fans, did I? Yep. Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta share again to the lot of work. Yeah, like remember when I said the other day, VeVe doesn't give a fudge and they just keep on building, bear or no bear? M'Baku! Yeah, Bill Gardner's not here, so I'll say it for him forever. Andreasime says, where's this information about NASDAQ? Quick DEVVE update and your thoughts on the big news. So the information on the NASDAQ for VeVe is on Yahoo Finance. DEVVE, we will get airdrop the new DEVX token, I think Q4. And yeah, very excited about that. Always when he's quiet means he's working. I freaking love this game. Turtle Golf says momentum building. Heck yes. Oh shit. Oh, we got Bill Gardner right now.
I'm here.
You have something to take care of.
I do. But I'm here. I just got out of the shower. What's up?
Oh,
here's all messy.
So I know you can't say, and I saw a journey to go down. No, you can't say
I'll
what
tell
you got
you
the shares
everything.
for.
No, I'm kidding. I said I'll tell you everything.
Oh. No, hold on. Oh, you got to say forever because Kumo said M'Baku.
All right. Forever.
Hell yeah. All right. So we can't say what you got the shares for, but the article says that this valuation is going to be between like 30 and 100 million. Okay. And it's like, that's pretty low for especially what our revenues are. The exchange consideration and exchange ratio up to 3.9 million Orbis Capital shares, representing 100% of Orbis Capital shares outstanding immediately prior to closing, may be exchanged for the issuance of up to 600 million ordinary shares of the company at deemed value of $1 per share. Okay, so I feel like we don't want to do that, or you don't want to do that, because the shares that you got from Ben Rose, I think they were equivalent to 866 or 866 shares.
Yeah, they'll be ultra low.
Yeah. Subject to the adjustment for the exercise of certain Orbis warrants. I think I'm reading that wrong. All right, up to 600 million ordinary. Oh, okay. So the ratio 3.9 turns into 600 million. Okay, so let's say really, really back of the napkin math. What is 60 divided by 4? What was that, like 15? 15. Okay. So I think you would get 15 shares per one share. So okay, so if it was 866, so 15, it'd be 12,990. Which as of right now, that would be before the what do you call it? Before the listing. So that would be pre-buy, which I don't think we should, or I don't think you should do any sales. At the effective time, each Orbis ordinary share held by Orbis shareholder that is a party to exchange agreement will be exchanged for 37.80 Class A ordinary shares and 113 Class B ordinary shares, up to approximately 150 million Class A ordinary shares and 449 million Class B shares in the aggregate. As the date of the exchange agreement, 101,000 warrants to acquire Orbis Capital shares were outstanding. Okay, very good. So your initial thoughts while I read through the rest of this?
Well, I mean, I invested in VeVe to be an owner of VeVe. I didn't invest to sell short term. So if I did somehow end up with less shares than I want, whatever. I mean, I'm just going to hold on to them, I guess, until they go to the amount that I want, and then I'll sell them off.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, we got in at a certain price, and I'm not selling lower than that price. So it just is what it is.
So we got, I mean, this is just up until we actually get listed. Then I feel like as people go in through the revenues and they take a look at the balance sheet, and now we get to look up VeVe skirt and be like, okay.
Yeah, and you figure like it could go, I mean, for all we know, if it even started off at $1, it could skyrocket past that, right? So
easily. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it was $5, $6 a share, $7 a share, I think that would be probably a price range I'd be good at letting go at. So I'll be holding on for a while if that's the case, because I don't want to sell. I've had a couple offers or a couple people that were asking me how much I'd like to sell it for. I wasn't going to let it go for probably close to equal, be $10 a share, probably at that rate, at the 12,000, right? So, because I didn't buy to just do a quick flip. I don't care about that. I see VeVe's potential and where it was going to go in the future. I looked at it as like the Amazon of the future in the digital world. And so therefore, why the hell would I sell it for, to make $1,000 or something?
So VeVe is going to give, or Orbis is going to give ORKT $1 million in cash. Now, ORKT already has like $3 million sitting on their balance sheet, and Orbis is going to contribute another $1 million of that. So I guess that's what they have to do to like, in order to get access to that $3.5 million or whatever that they have, they contribute $1 million of their own.
That's right. So they're part of it.
Yeah. Go Quinn Hua and Lung Lei Hua are each a current director of the company of ORKT. 4 nominees designated by Orbis and 1 nominee designated by the company's advisor. The post-closing board is required to satisfy NASDAQ independence requirements. So we're trying to figure out the board and management. So I guess whoever's going to be the board of I think David's the board right now. So David, Dan, 2 others.
Yeah. And David's not and wouldn't have done this deal unless he remained total control like he did with VeVe. So I can't imagine there'd be a board that would overthrow him, right?
Yeah. I wonder who's going to be the other 2 from VeVe that'll be on the board. Can you throw your name in the hat? Be like, hey, I'll do it. I'll do it for free.
That'd be fantastic, but I don't think I'm a big enough holder for that. I mean, I'm sure it's a couple. There's a couple people that already have gigantic shares that I don't know who they are, but you can bet those guys will probably be on there.
Well, it's like Blackbird. They're like big
investors.
Yeah.
Say that again?
There's like Blackbird. Like there's some big companies that own shares in VeVe or in Orbis. So like maybe one of those guys.
Yeah, probably. No. I would imagine they probably didn't want to do the deal unless one of them sat on the board, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We're just speculating, but
yeah, maybe you get a large acquisition of these shares. Like, I imagine there's some people there that want to, maybe Al Khan goes in and he liquidates some of the shares. But should I call him?
Yes.
Be like, hey,
call him right now.
Do you want what do you want to sell your shares for? We'll buy them up right now. Especially at these freaking low price.
Just get him on the show and talk to him.
Yeah.
He absolutely should be on.
Yeah.
I had something I was supposed to do, but I'm like, I gotta go on the show. How do I not go on the show, right?
We got it. All right, let's see what he says. Hey Al, how's it going? Doing well. I have you on speaker right now. I'm on live because VeVe has or Yahoo Finance announced that VeVe is getting listed on NASDAQ. And as one of the largest shareholders, I was wondering if you want to come on the show and talk about it, or if not, we could just do it privately later. But I was just wondering if you wanted to come on for a few.
Well, they didn't send me a note. They didn't say, has it officially announced it?
It was announced by Yahoo Finance like 30 minutes ago, maybe.
Okay, so therefore, it's legitimate. Why don't you ask David? I don't like the way that he's not comfortable. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you find out it's okay? Because if they're not minutes.
All right, very good. I'll shoot him a message right now.
Okay, great.
All right, talk soon. Meow. Even with speaking to the great Al, I always end it with meow.
It
He
was
never
very
questions me on
blurred.
it.
I didn't hear. We didn't really hear what he said.
Oh, okay. He's just like, yeah, David sent me a note on it. And he's like, they didn't announce it yet, did they? I was like, yeah, no, like they did 30 minutes ago. And he's like, oh, okay, if David says cool, he can come, I come on, then I'll come on. I just don't want to step on any toes. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll shoot him a message. Yo.
Awesome. Yo.
Okay, David's on the phone with lawyers right now.
Oh, he is?
So I will probably not have other people
you're
on.
like, answer me now. That's funny.
Dude, what else is he cooking? Like, what else is he doing over there? Like, he had a freaking NASDAQ listing that, bro, like.
Well, I love how it's going to be VeVe instead of the other thing. The Orange Cloud, what was it? ORKT or something?
Yeah.
Michael's back. Michael's back. Bill, how aren't you staking 100 million? I've already addressed it several times, Michael. It's just always a question. Another question. I'm doing great, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing great, Michael. How are? All right, everyone. Why is my X account not being a little funky over here? A little funky.
Yeah. So he sent him a message and told him about it. David did not send me a message. I'm a little upset.
I'm gonna. Oh, OMI boy. Okay. Let's say Jesse.base.eth. Bro, have you seen how Foster's like going out and fighting for us, like trying to get this Coinbase listing?
Foster is the man.
Bro, love him.
He is doing the Lord's work for sure.
Easily.
Very much a giver and not a taker. It takes a lot of people spitting in your face to still want to deliver what he's brought forth. I mean, people are just hating, right? And he's still doing it. It's incredible, and it takes a lot for a guy to do that, especially for so long and to go through different exchange drops, because different exchanges are going under. It's rough out here, VeVe Zombie, does that price range of their valuation include the OMI holdings and any NFT held by VeVe? What's he talking about?
All right. Does it price? Anything on their balance sheet, I guess. Which
me and Zombie were trying to figure that out, because it's like, how do you evaluate such low mint collectibles like they have on their balance sheets? How do you evaluate that? Because they're not public mints, right?
Yeah.
Do you just pick what's the highest sold for is, and then take the lowest and then balance it out between? I mean, what do you think about that?
Maybe not the highest.
Because the number one is definitely worth a lot of money.
Yeah, that would go for an insane amount. I don't know if there's hello. It's on Yahoo Finance. Just go on there and you get it.
Did you read it out loud already?
The what?
Did you already go through the article?
I went through most of it. Let's see here. NASDAQ listing. The company will use its reasonable best efforts to cause the Class A ordinary shares issued in the transaction to be approved for listing on NASDAQ stock market. In addition to the concurrent private placement described above, the exchange agreement between the company to conduct operating expenses financing of up to $6 million, subject to the pricing, use of proceeds, and 20% ownership limitations set forth in the exchange agreement. So somebody asked before how they how does this help VeVe? They could raise now as much money as they want. Like before, yeah, it was hard. But now, oh god,
this opens a whole new door.
Yeah, and with this, I don't know what they could do, because if you So David had a bunch of people reach out in like 2021 offering to buy him. Obviously had to decline all of them. The problem with in the VC world, in the world that I am somewhat familiar with, is that anyone that wants to buy you, they don't want to buy. It's not like me selling daCat and I can sell 1% here and 2% there. It's they want like 20-30% of the company. And it's like, you know, that's a lot, especially at this valuation. But now that you can do it through like 1% of these shares, and they could even make more shares, and then they could sell that. MicroStrategy does that all the time. Apple does that all the time. Like a bunch of these bigger companies do that, where they just issue shares, and then some people, like the stockholders of those companies, sometimes get issued new shares as well. So if you, I don't even know what the ORKT stock is doing since this happened.
It's got, yeah, because last time they announced something, didn't it shoot up to like $1.50 or something like that?
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, because it's after.
It's after hours.
Yeah.
Oh, when they did the announcement, so it won't.
It's weird. So it went up to $1.30 and then came back down to 90 cents. That is wild. Yeah, that's insane.
People just dumping on the news.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, sell the news. But I haven't seen anything yet that would say why, unless if you buy ORKT, maybe the VeVe shares, maybe for them it's a worse deal and VeVe gets the better deal out of it.
Yeah.
Signing this definitive agreement is a significant milestone for Orange Cloud and for our shareholders. Since announcing our letter of intent in February, both teams have worked diligently to research teams that believe position combined business for its next stage of growth. Orbis has built a genuine infrastructure for licensed digital IP, and VeVe has established a marketplace and audience at meaningful scale. We look forward to work toward the satisfaction of closing conditions, including shareholder approval, blah, 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 blah. David said, this agreement is an important step for Orbis and VeVe. Collectibles are one of the fastest growing categories in consumer culture overall, and VeVe has established itself as a clear market leader in digital collectibles. This transaction supports our long-term plans for the platform and for the brands we work with, and we look forward to working with the Orange Cloud team towards closing. Completion of the transaction is subject to the satisfaction or waiver of customary closing conditions, blah, 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 blah. Legal restraint, okay, yeah, we're good. The exchange agreement may be terminated by either party if the closing has not occurred by December 31st, 2026. So this Q4, Q4, it should go down.
So is that saying that it's not 100% official?
Well, nothing's official till, across the finish line, but
yeah.
I think that means that they're looking to get this done before the end.
Before the 31st.
Yeah.
Okay.
There can be no assurance that the transaction will be completed. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Orange Cloud forward-looking statements. Yep. Fuck. Okay. That seems to be it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see where it goes, right? Yeah. It's exciting.
Very exciting. Can't believe Randy can just call out. Yeah.
And he answers every time.
He does. He's good like that. Well, I've helped him out quite a lot in the past 2 years.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be able to help him sooner.
Yes.
Yes. We just need other guys to answer the phone.
Oh my God. I don't know. At this point, just use your contact, someone that follows you recently. If my guys, they're gonna be like,
if they don't follow through, I'm just gonna go probably to Golden or Christie's. So
yeah.
I'll find a way. Christie's has been blowing it out the park with their NFT sales.
Yeah. I mean, this is Gary Vaynerchuk sat next to Adam Weitzman at a wedding recently, and like all they talked about all night was like NFTs. And I don't know. So I've been on X like nonstop these past few days because because the market's turned around, right? Like ETH's up, Bitcoin's up, and everyone's talking about meme season, and it's a lot of it has to do with cats. So like BNB cat, base cat. I'm trying to get to cat in there in the mix.
Yeah, I get it.
And like I haven't seen people chuck tens of thousands of dollars into meme coins in a while. Like
Right.
it's been a long time. And
Usually
now
the
like
first thing to run. Yeah.
and now like everyone's like doing it. I was like, what is like they start taking crazy pills.
I still stay
But-
away from those, but yeah.
I mostly do too, but I think like some of those are going to be winners, and some of those winners are going to do crazy well for the people that buy them. And people that buy them, what do you do when you have found money? You just go in and spend it. And I think if we can just touch them with VeVe a little bit, they're going to spend a lot of their money on VeVe stuff, especially if once we have the not interoperable, just the self custody. I think that'll be a big one.
Hey Randy, I got to split. Let me I'll hop back in later on.
Okay.
All right.
Love you, man. Talk
All
to you
right,
later.
we'll talk soon. Bye.
Those are 10K followers. How can you push us on exchanges? Well, I mean, he's the guy to go to like for OMI. I mean, OMI is a $50 million market cap. It's a pretty $55 million market cap. OMI's not having a bad day, up 1%. And I mean, he has all these contacts. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but the follower count does matter a bit less than you would think, because like you said, Chris Coffey, like Chris Coffey doesn't have a position at Akomi or VeVe. So like how would he get like he could help build up like hype. He could help get people on the hype train and maybe get some buys, of the token. But you could have 100,000 followers and your circle is in one area, but if you're not in that crypto area, obviously Chris Coffey is in the crypto sphere. And I imagine he's probably talked to some people. Like he's probably like one person or two people away from someone that knows like a Jesse Pollock. Like again, like I think he and Foster were friends back in the day. I don't know if they still talk or they still are. But like, who do you go to talk to some of these guys? Like, you don't go to Chris Coffey for it. You would go to Foster for it because he knows the contacts. Now, if you don't know Foster, then you would go to Chris, like, hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? Can you talk to him? And that would be his way of doing it. But instead of playing 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon, you have Foster that's able to do that right away. GE, or by the way, GE. Oh, good evening. Good evening. Troy Perez says, let's go. I love this game. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. Fernando says meow meow. We'll say NASDAQ, baby. How the heck did my friend buy this at 86 cents? When, bro, did you read my post? Announced 40 minutes ago. I'm live right now. Want to come on? See if we can get another level 100 on here, because we love him. Where else are we gonna? Oh lordy. Orange Cloud merger came through. Yep. And then we'll take a look at what the token's doing. But my notifications are blowing the F up. I assume y'all's are too, right? Death Bunny, very good. I'm gonna have I am going to have Greg White come on the podcast at some point over the next couple days, because he has a 1 of 1 out. His 1 of 1 will be out. The auction ends on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, now it's getting a little chilly in here. So now I'm going to oh gosh. Sorry, we're getting this. Okay, there we go. Purchased more at 89 cents. Well, he purchased some at, I don't know how he got it at 86. I don't think it ever went down there. Yeah, after hours it said it was down. Oh, Fernando's in Italy. What is he doing up? Isn't it like midnight there? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I guess they're a little midnight snack. How the heck did he get these at 86? That is redonkulous. Well, Bill's gone right now. And I don't know if Bill even has an Orange Cloud position. Bill has Orbis. He's got the Orbis shares, but he doesn't have the he does not have the, well, he might have an Orange Cloud position. I don't know. I don't know the rate in which you get, like what the conversion rate is if you have, I mean, ORKT at 90 cents. Like a wicked parabola up there, right? Just spiked up to $1.30, then came right back down. So people were selling. I don't know why you would sell if you had it, unless you would just sell but you can't get the Orbis shares yet. So I'm not sure why. So without problems. Yes, very good, very good. All right, I missed a couple of these comments. Let me go back. Yeah, what Squeebs wrote, which is actually the thumbnail of this video. Unfortunately, unfortunately, this is the thumbnail, and not the Orange Cloud news. But we will get that. We will get back to that. Let me see if anyone wants to come on the show. Let me go to my Gmail, copy URL, meow, meow. Paste. If anyone wants to come celebrate with me, celebrate good times come. Oh my God, Jen. Way to get back to my message, Jen. Thanks for the stream, man. No problem, no problem. So let's talk about what Squeebs did decide to post and it was like yesterday. There's a chart. To me, it's different. What do I even? Oh, okay. I have it in my email because I have so many freaking screenshots of this. Squeebs had said just over a month ago, Captain America. I'm just going to go to X and read it from there because that's the easier way than just posting all these screenshots. I typed in Mr. Squeebs, but Mr. Squidward came up, and I didn't like that. Just over a month ago, and this is from Mr. Squeeb's point of view, was Captain America Comics #1 dropped on VeVe. I now own 46 of the 250 secret rares for 18.4%. The surprising part isn't the percentage, it's how little the market has had to move to let me build it. That has me thinking about the difference between total supply and available supply. 250 editions may exist forever, but if more and more find their way into collections that aren't looking to sell, the effective float can tighten very quickly. Right now, OMI excitement seems to be creating motivated sellers, and I've been willing to take the other side. Maybe that window stays open for a while, or maybe it doesn't. I'm not trying to predict the turn. I'm just fascinated that one of the great grails in comic history can still let a single collector accumulate nearly 20% of its digital secret rare edition without the market really forcing him to chase. That's the opportunity I'm betting on. This is one of the easiest time to stack rails in the history of VeVe. And as we get listed on NASDAQ, that's going to get even harder. Now, a lot of this could change beforehand. You could have a lot of people going and saying, like, okay, well, I want to buy these collectibles that these hedgies will buy and these fund managers will buy. And that's one of the things is Captain America #1. I'm not trying to show here, like, I don't have a Captain America #1 secret rare, but I probably should. Because, like, yes, OMI you'll always be able to get OMI, right? Like, you might not be able to get OMI at the same price. I guarantee you're not going to be able to get OMI at the same price now as in X amount of months from now. But it'll still at least always be there. Like, you'll still always be able to buy some OMI. Whereas the Captain America 1 secret rare, yeah, some might be available, but you're not get, like, in a blow off top bull market, you're not getting that for under 10 grand. Like you're just not. Like that is probably one of the biggest grails on VeVe next to Amazing Fantasy 15. Thank you for the stream. No problem. No problem. What's going on, everybody? Hell yeah. This is a great time. Thank you, Stan Bacasas, for being a member. And the ticker symbol will be VeVe. Guess I'm getting back into trading, boys. Oh, shit. Hey, Al, got you on speaker. Yeah, David said he was just on the phone with some people, so I didn't get to ask him yet.
Okay, I read the release, so obviously it happened. I don't know what his plans are. I have no idea what he wants to do.
I'm
trying to raise some money.
yeah, I'd imagine raise some money, and I don't know if he's looking to acquire any specific company or companies, or maybe like someone's product or whatever. Like, there's so many things that he could do.
Yeah, and hanging out with having been on NASDAQ is pretty fucking good.
Agreed.
He's got to stay. What do you call it? He's got to stay forward. There's certain NASDAQ, there's certain, certain financial guidelines.
Yeah.
I remember when I was on NASDAQ, then I moved to New York Stock Exchange for kids, and that was it's a crazy thing. I'm selling shares, you can do underwriting, you do all kinds of things. Anyway, okay, so if he wants me to do something, just let me know.
All right, copy that. We'll do. All right, love you. Yeah, love that dude. Yeah, he's great. Two things, news stories, VeVe news. Oh, hell yeah. Let me get to my live stream right here. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I guess Bill's answered that already. Why he's not staking 100 million? Does the price range of their valuation include their OMI holding? It probably does, but at this point, that's probably considered fairly low. Like all of them right now are probably to the moon. All of the stuff on there would probably be taken out like at floor. So even though, let's say like partner statues, right? Like VeVe has like 30 something of them on their balance sheet, like 1 through 30. Probably, I mean, I assume 31 through 39 were given to like, Disney peeps and all that. But you get, like, we all know this space. So we know that, hey, if you have a sub 100 mint, it's worth a lot. You'll have people like me that really go deep into the weeds, be like, okay, I'm not saying that this is not worth it. I'm just saying, like, here's what I've observed. Sub 100 of an ultra rare, generally about 4x the price of the floor of something that's super popular. But then again, for Disney, it's a double first appearance. You had a sub 100, it was number 66. Now it is a repeating number, but that sold for like 7x the floor. And it's like, okay, well, I thought you said a lot of them were usually 4x floors. Like, usually is, but that's a double first appearance of two of the most iconic characters in the entire world, Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. And a lot of the sub 100s are spoken for. Like, they're taken already. Like, you can't get those. So I don't think that anyone that's looking at this from like from TradFi is going to be looking at those formulas. They're probably just going to say like, okay, they have 30 of these on their balance sheet. Price is, $1,000. Okay, $30,000. Like that's probably back of the napkin math that they're all doing, and that's probably how they're valuing it. Fernando is Fernando's going crazy over in Italy. Yeah, where's Jesse Paul? What is he? Oh my God. I don't know how these people are not going to list OMI now. Like, we're legit like going on NASDAQ. This is wild. All right, let me get to some of these comments over here. How do hedge managers buy NFTs? They're flexes. Like, why do they buy sports memorabilia? Like, they're flex. One, they're cool to have, and then two, just flex. And you get budgets like that, like every year, like spend it on whatever, and yeah, put it towards that. I was able to get a cap one. Oh, I'm jelly. I don't really have a. My back. Yeah, I don't really have a. I mean, I can get it. Like, I can. I don't want to though. It's $1,800, and it's like it's not even the $1,800. Like, just put that in, right? But 8.5 million OMI. I would rather just have the 8.5 million OMI. Yeah, what up, Bill Gardner? Give me those dabs. Hey, Randy, just looking at the article. It talks about Orange Cloud offering up 600 million shares, and those shares are at $1. No, okay, so we'll go over this again, because I'm not gonna lie, I even was a little confused myself the first time I read it. Let's go back to the article. Exchange agreement follows non-binding letter of intent announced on February 11th, 2026. So this took half a year to get done. And it represents the definitive agreement contemplated thereunder. Orbis is a global digital. Okay, we read that. Flagship. Okay, the exchange consideration and exchange ratio up to 3,967,705 Orbis capital shares, representing 100% of the Orbis capital shares outstanding immediately prior to closing, may be exchanged for issuance of up to 600 million ordinary shares of the company. Okay. So I guess we're doing 600 million shares. Oh, okay. At a deemed of $1 per share. Yeah. Well, that's not Orange Cloud. That's Orbis. Of the Orbis capital shares outstanding immediately prior to closing may be exchanged for the issuance of up to 600 million ordinary shares. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. How many outstanding shares we got with Orbis? Or I'm sorry, with ORKT. Okay, and ORKT is back to 96 cents. Okay, that was a wicked parabola. We've got how many shares? Open, bid, okay. It's not giving me outstanding shares for Orbis. Let me put this into the chat GPT. Actually, let me put the whole article into chat GPT. And then say question. Shit. When talking about shares exchange, if one were to have 866 shares, I'm just talking about Bill Gardner, right? Of Orbis, how many shares of ORKT can they get based on this article? Question mark. Pasting. Okay, there we go. NASDAQ, how sweat shui. Oh, good times, good times. G Money, what's going on? Meow, meow, meow. Orbis had around 2 million. I actually have that right here. Give me one sec. Orbis had more. Orbis had, so there's, well, 2 million was just owned by David Yu shares, 900K for Dan Crowley. So when they were talking about the, 3.9 million, that's how much Orbis has, give or take. Okay. Let me get back into what the chat GPT says. Definitive agreement published. Yep. Agreement says for each one ordinary Orbis share, the holder receives 37 ORKT Class A shares, 113 Class B shares, and 151 ORKT shares total. Okay. Matches the broader deal structure up 3.9. Okay, in exchange for up to 600 million Orange Cloud shares. Oh, okay. So ORKT. 37 shares per share. Okay, so 37.8. Give me one sec. 37.8 times 866. So we get 32,000 shares. Oh, okay. Class B. Okay, very good. So roughly 130,000. Okay, 130,956. Okay. Wait, what? There's an important wrinkle, though. The announcement also says that existing ORKT Class B holders have agreed to convert their Class B into Class A at closing. That language is separate from the new Class B shares being issued to Orbis shareholders. So I would not automatically assume your 98,217 new Class B shares become Class A without checking the actual exchange agreement. Okay. Also, the deal hasn't closed yet, subject to financing, blah, 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 blah. Want to continue the actual filing, figure out what Class B shares mean economically, voting rights, they're tradable, and ultimately how many tradable VeVe shares someone with 866 Orbis shares should end up with. That part is, yes, please. All right, so while ChatGPT digs into that, we'll continue reading the late article. As of the date of exchange agreement, 101,736 warrants to acquire Orbis Capital shares were outstanding. Cool. Orbis warrants exercised prior to the effective. Oh, Ben Rose unfollowed me, by the way. I don't know what that was about. Maybe he's a little salty that I was able to get Bill Gardner's shares before all this came out. Oh, Crypto Cosmo saying, let's go. Say woo. Woo. They woo. 49ers owner Jed York arrested in Ohio prostitution bust. Damn. Well, 49ers owners. Okay. VeVe. Yeah, what's up, VeVe Zombie? Randy, you bought Bill's shares? No. Bill Gardner has his shares. I don't have. There's no way to buy those shares. David had to have approved anything. So if Bill Gardner, like, he had a bunch of people that were looking to buy his shares, and even if he did agree to sell them at a certain price, David would have had to approve it. So to my knowledge, Bill Gardner has not sold anything. Major step toward become. Oh, bless you, Eddie Brown. Bless you. All right, let's keep going here. The definitive agreement announced today says each Orbis ordinary share exchanges for 37.8 Class A plus 113 Class B or KT shares. Also says Class A shares issued in the transaction are the shares Orange Cloud will seek to have approved for NASDAQ listing. Cool. That would work out to 130,000 ORKT/VeVe equity. So assuming the fractional share handling doesn't materially change things, you're looking at 130,000 shares of the post-transaction company. Here's a big Class B detail. ORKT changed its voting structure in 2025. Class A gets 1 vote per share, while Class B gets 100 votes per share. Class B is also convertible 1-for-1 into Class A at the holder's election, and certain transfers to non-affiliates automatically convert Class B into Class A. Correct. That means that 98,217 Class B shares aren't economically worth 100x Class A share. Economically, they're ordinary shares with the same dividend rights. The major distinction is their massively enhanced voting power. For 866 Orbis shares before conversion, Class A voting power, 32,738 shares are 32,739 votes. Class B voting power, 98,216 shares is 9.8 million votes. That's quite different from simply owning 131,000 publicly traded Class A shares. Can you turn all 130,956 shares into publicly tradable VeVe shares? Structurally, yes. So Bill Gardner could do that, but not immediately. ORKT's article provides that a Class B holder can elect to convert Class B shares 1-to-1 into Class A shares. So mathematically, 32,739 existing A, 98,217 B converted 1-to-1 would be 130,956 Class A shares. My friend said they're changing the 49ers name to the 69ers. Oh, it's hysterical. Exciting news today. Yes, it is, Crypto Cosmo. Crypto Cosmo, do you want to come on? Do you want to come and celebrate with me? Celebrate good times. Meow, meow. Class A is the class the company says it intends to list on NASDAQ after closing under the new VeVe ticker. However, there's a catch that matters a lot. Orbis equity holders are entering into 12-month lockup agreements following closing. Oh, so Bill Gardner's got to hold this for a year. So I would not interpret the deal as merger closes. You immediately have 130,956 VeVe shares you can dump on NASDAQ. You'll have the equity, but the shares received for your Orbis position appear to be subject to a 1-year post-closing lockup, subject to the specific permitted transfer exceptions. There's another subtle distinction. Today's announcement says that existing ORKT Class B holders have irrevocably elected to convert their B shares into A at closing. Okay, that's ORKT. Okay, that provision appears to concern the existing Orange Cloud Class B, not the new 450 million Class B shares being issued to Orbis owners. So in order to get this done, like in order to be on NASDAQ, you have to have like $1, right? So are they saying VeVe is going to be worth $600 million? I don't know. I don't know. And what can you get them now at? Well, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Jeremy Pedowers, like, it's interesting transaction. Orange Cloud market cap is under $6 million. I'll try to interpret the announcement. Oh my God. All right. I have to call Jeremy because he's not close enough to this to understand. Yeah. Let me get him let me get him on the horn real quick. And then once I do, I'll just clear it up with him real quick. It shouldn't take too long.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Okay, let me give him the call. Let me give him just be like, okay. ORK. All right, hold on. Let me go and share this with Uncle Jeremy. Copy. Where's the Jeremy Pedower? ORKT absorbs Orbis. Orbis shareholders get get issued ORKT shares. There will now be 600, is it 600 million shares? But they're going to be converted. New valuation will be based on what the price, new valuation will be based on what the price is during the listing. Remember? All right, hold on one second. Search. Heck yes. Okay, hold on. Search. I got to search Bell. Give me 1 second. Not found. Remember your promise to let me come to the opening bell ceremony. All right, so Blockchain Daily News says Orange Cloud to acquire Orbis Technology, operator of VeVe, to rename company VeVe Inc. and list on NASDAQ as VeVe. Press release. All right. Cat's out of the bag. I'm gonna ring in the opening bell. I can't wait for that. Ah, fudge. All right, let me go to Jeremy Pedower. Oh lordy. 1 second, yeah. Okay. ORKT acquires Orbis. Orbis shareholders get issued new shares. Get issued new shares. Get new ORKT shares. Company starts trading at new valuation. Company starts trading at new valuation once deal is completed. Once deal is completed. New valuation will likely be in the 9 figures. Okay. Ugh, my body. So yeah, this is really good, that Blockchain Daily News. had covered it as well. So this is really good for Web3. Blockchain Daily News has 55,000 followers over on X. So this is really exciting. So I'll quote, and I'll say, like, talking about this now, come join at VeVe, at Akome, the $ OMI. We're going to paste that. Okay, very good. Thank you, meow. Okay, also very good. Okay, with 12 months, yeah. So this is what I really like, is that the current people that have it, and actually, so this goes same way with Alcon. Is it okay if Alcon comes on the stream to chat about it? I feel so bad taking up his time. I really don't want to. Coppola focusing on the Coinbase, not base. Yeah, VeVe. Yep. Very good. What can this do for the OMI token? It's a lot of publicity. It's a lot of publicity, which I'm very, very excited about. I don't know what they're going to do for. Could we take our OMI token and buy shares? Could we take? Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out, right? Could we take our? God, I don't know. Copy that. So, copy that. No problem. All right, we'll have Albi. Okay. We'll keep it on the. All right. Looks like ORKT is happening. Relisting as VeVe on NASDAQ. Yeah, I can't freaking wait. This is great. All right, we have to go back to. Good call. Okay, sorry. So new B shares shouldn't automatically disappear at closing merely because the old ORKT B shares are being converted. What I think the structure is accomplishing is actually pretty clever. Orbis owners receive roughly 25% Class A and 75% Class B, because 37.8 shares divided by 151.2 equals 25%, and 113 divided by 151 is 75%. So with Class B carrying 100 votes per share, Orbis shareholders receiving enormous voting control over the new VeVe Inc., while the Class A stock remains a publicly traded NASDAQ security. And the government's arrangement reinforces that interpretation. After closing, the board is supposed to have 7 directors, with 4 nominated by Orbis, 2 current Orange Cloud directors, and 1 advisor nominee. Senior executives are also to be designated by Orbis. This really does look like a reverse merger control structure rather than Orange Cloud simply buying VeVe. Of course it is. One more thing that ChatGPT says to not overlook: the 130,956 number isn't necessarily guaranteed to remain exact. That a definitive announcement explicitly says the 600 million share consideration and exchange ratio are subject to adjustment for exercise of certain Orbis warrants. There are also potentially 90 million, or almost 91 million advisor warrants at $, up to 3.5 million in restricted advisory shares, and a required 30 to 100 million private placement of Class A shares. Those don't necessarily change your number of shares, but they absolutely matter when we're trying to calculate what percentage of VeVe Bill Gardner actually owns on a fully diluted basis. So the next calculation is actually the one I think you'll find the most useful. Take those 866 Orbis shares that Bill Gardner has and calculate their implied ownership percentage of VeVe. Fully diluted post-merger, including the 600 million merger shares, current ORKT share advisor warrants, and the 30, 50, $100 million financing scenarios. That would tell us what the stake really is worth at a 500 million, billion, 2 billion, or 500 or 5 billion future VeVe valuation. Okay. Based on this, how many new share, or how many shares of what will be VeVe will be tradable, meaning what would the market cap be? Because we want to see, because if it's not going to be 600 million, it's not going to be $1 for 600 million. Not all of those are going to be able to be shared. Like, not all those will be able to be bought. Shares outstanding, Class A shares, the actual public float. Based on today's definitive agreement, would not calculate VeVe's market cap from the shares only that are freely tradable. Market cap uses the company's total outstanding economic shares, including locked up shares and generally both Class A and Class B. Float in a separate number. Okay. What the VeVe structure would look like: the Orbis transaction can issue up to 600 million new shares. Orbis or VeVe Class A, 150 million. Those will not be able to be traded. So you're going to have Bill Gardner's 866 shares in that, and that plus whatever else he gets, he's going to be issued a lot more shares. NASDAQ tradable immediately? No, because it has a 12-month lockup. Orbis VeVe Class B, 449, pretty much 450 million shares. That's also a 12-month lockup. So that's the 600 million that they could issue. Existing ORKT shares, 5.84 million, mostly Class A existing public shares. New financing shares, that's to be determined, depends on financing restrictions. The base post-deal shares, 605 million. Definitive agreement specifically says approximately 150 million Class A and 450 million Class B can be issued to new Orbis owners, and all Orbis equity holders are subject to a 12-month lockup. That's fine. ORKT currently has roughly 5.84 million outstanding shares and estimated float around 1.95 million shares. VeVe's initial tradable float could be tiny. Those 600 million Orbis shares don't suddenly hit NASDAQ. Again, they're locked up. They're for a year. Therefore, immediately after closing, the freely trading VeVe shares could consist primarily of existing ORKT public float, plus whatever portion of the private placement shares is eligible to trade. Today, that's only about 1.95 million ORKT shares of public float. That's astonishingly small compared to the 600 million shares outstanding. Maybe we should buy ORKT. The agreement requires another 30 to 100 million Class A private placement, but we don't know yet the price per share or resale restrictions, so we cannot calculate the final VeVe float. That 30 to 100 million has got to be, who the heck's putting that up? Market cap is completely different. Okay, yeah, 600 million new Orbis shares, 5.84 million existing ORKT shares. Eventually they're going to have to justify a $600 million market cap. This is before accounting for private placement advisor shares, incentive awards. Company also plans to issue 90.93 million advisor warrants exercisable at $1 per share. Those aren't outstanding common shares until exercised, so I wouldn't include them in the basic market cap, but they're extremely important for a fully diluted valuation. Part I think you're getting at, suppose VeVe opens trades at $1. You might see VeVe at a $600 million market cap. If they can do that, fuck. Like again, I told Uncle Jay they'd be worth in the 9 figures. Oh shit. But I didn't expect it to be. I wonder if anyone else has answered him. They have not yet. And Mr. Hulk has. I tried giving him a call, but he did not. We get, what do we get? If I told Uncle Jay I'd be in the 9 figures. So if 600 million is so much, give me one sec. NASDAQ, Shui. Okay, sorry, new comments. First, OMI to fund VeVe. Now ORKT stock market to fund VeVe. Do OMI holders now see the hope vanish on their coin? No, that's silly. We have an entire OMI utility program. If you haven't been around, you probably won't know what it is, but it's an amazing utility program. Now, there's only like 90 people in it so far, so there's not like thousands of people in it. The beta, it's in beta right now. It should launch in Q4. I don't know when. I don't know what the what do you call it? I don't know what the amounts of the people that will suddenly buy as soon as it rolls out, but it will roll out in Q4. And again, like the OMI token, and they obviously the OMI token is not mentioned in this article. But knowing David, he's probably going to have one work with the other in some synergistic way. Yeah, what up, Smart Buy? How's it going, fam? Meow, meow, meow. Is $1 a share a good price for ORKT? Or, well, I mean, you have to be $1 in order to get on NASDAQ. So, yeah. You buy ORKT on brokerage, does it convert to VeVe automatically? It might. No, it does not. I don't know. I will get back to y'all. No, like clearly, like 600 million shares. Well, it's like, even if it trades at 50 cents a share, which it won't, that's still a $300 million market cap. And clearly anything over 100 million is 9 figures. I'm in the OMI program. Oh, okay. So then you should know, like, people are really pumped about it, and you should know what's coming, which is a lot. There's a lot of incentive for people to lock up their OMI, to buy and lock up their OMI, and to continuously use that OMI. Like, it's a brilliant system. Everyone stop worrying about grails and start loading undervalued cool commons. I do have undervalued cool commons. I'll be giving away a ton of DeLoreans for fun on X in due course for the banter. Let's go. What will I give away? I don't want to give away my Lokis. Maybe I should. VeVe on NASDAQ before Komi on Coinbase. Yeah, that's wild. Wild stuff, right? Like how embarrassing for Coinbase. Like VeVe gets on NASDAQ before OMI gets on Coinbase. Like what is Coinbase doing? What is the base team even doing? They're being silly is what they're being. Silly is what they're doing. Very good, very good. Good breakdown. I love this game. Let's continue. Suppose VeVe open trades at $1. Someone looking at the ticker might see VeVe at a $600 million market cap, which again is not, most of that's going to be locked up though, right? But there could initially only be around 2 million legacy ORKT shares actually floating freely in the market before considering whatever becomes tradable from financing. Okay, so VeVe shareholders will get issued new ORKT shares, but they have a 1-year lockup. So the ORKT share currently on NASDAQ could go crazy once the deal goes through. And said, I will be able to join them at the opening bell when they ring it in later this year. Oh my God, I can't wait for that. I cannot freaking wait for that. There could initially be only 2 million legacy ORKT shares actually floating freely in the market, which would be insane. That's 0.3%. 600 million shares belong to Orbis owners are locked for 12 months. That's a combination of hundreds of millions of shares outstanding, but potentially only a few million freely trading. Could produce some pretty extreme price behavior if demand for VeVe stock is substantial, and it will be. I haven't been in the stock market since Tesla. Coming back, baby. Jesus. Mother flapper. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, good lordy. Yeah, this is going to be great. How much will I get? I mean, right now I have like $2,000 to my name, so I'm not gonna get that much right now. But I'm gonna get a good amount. December, yeah, gonna shoot my load on this. I'm not gonna buy anything until this deal goes through, and I'm gonna shoot my load. I'm gonna blast it. Feel like what's his name? Danny DeVito is like, oh, anyway, I started blasting. Get issued. So Bill Gardner will get issued more KT shares. Like it'll be a lot. And then he can sell them 1 year after they go public. So most of the tradable shares of the new company won't actually be tradable. They won't actually be tradable. No, tradable. The only ones that will be tradable are current ORKT shares, which my friend now has, and it could go crazy. Crazy, have I told you lately? So there's hundreds of millions of outstanding shares, but only a few million potentially could be freely trading. So it could produce, again, some pretty extreme price behavior if demand for VeVe stock is substantial, which I believe it will be. Me and my group are going to go hard in it. One correction to the previous answer is important. The announcement specifically says NASDAQ listing approval is being sought for Class A shares issued in the transaction. Class B isn't the NASDAQ traded security. So hypothetically, Bill Gardner's 866 Orbis shares, or 130,956 total VeVe shares, but only 32,739 initially arrive as Class A. 98,217 arrive as Class B, and both portions are locked for 12 months under the announced structure. Give me 1 sec. Bro, my guy. Yeah, what's up, John Dingby? Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, great news. We got a NASDAQ listing, and it looks like it's going to be done before the end of the year. Huge news. Somebody said, no, he's the bro. All right. I'm gonna delete that comment. But you're not in timeout. You're not. But if you lie like that again, trying to be like I will kick you. But it is good to see. Anyway, Mr. Cooper, how you doing, fam? Very good to have you here. All right, Business Insider has also picked this up as well. So it is not just Yahoo Finance. It is not just who did I say that just did it? Blockchain Daily News, because Blockchain Daily News is on X, so it wasn't really an article. It was just a 55,000 followers on there, which is fine. Plot twist of the year: surprise, VeVe hasn't gone bonkers with community announcements or chit chat. Yeah, this is. Oh God, I love this game so much. Anyway. Orange Cloud Technology Inc. enters into definitive agreement to acquire Orbis Technology Limited, operator of VeVe. So again, this is from Business Insider, not from Yahoo Finance. They're probably going to say pretty much the same thing. And it's going to be traded under VeVe. God, this is so freaking cool. The exchange agreement follows the non-binding letter of intent announced on February 11, 2026, and represents a definitive agreement contemplated thereunder. It's pretty much like word for word what they had on Yahoo Finance. Honestly, it's the same thing. Let me go back to the ChatGPT. Okay. No, actual VeVe float at closing. Yes, please. I don't think this has affected OMI at all. We're yeah, we're up. We're not even. It's up 0.04%, right? So they're 0002119. And I guess the token, like, because the token hasn't been mentioned, but I wonder if there's going to be a, excuse me, call my old buddy Gary. Oh yeah, yeah. What are we doing? What are we talking? You want to come on the stream? You want to come on the stream? Let me go get you a link. Let me get you a link. Give me 1 sec, y'all. StreamYard, copy. And I will say, yeah, come hang. Yeah, we're gonna get the spread. Kind of ironic. Foster drops his master plan for OMI, and this bomb drops. Who's that masked man? There's a bunch of stuff. I literally just showed what OMI is doing, and it hasn't moved today. It's 0.4. Like, Wes, would you stop fucking lying? Like, you did this the other day too. Whereas, like, yeah, OMI's down, and it was up like 8%. Okay. I actually did not mean to ban Wes. I just went to. Hang on. I just went to remove the flapper. I just went to remove his comment, and then it went. You can come back, but I wish that hadn't happened. Oh, did it delete all of his comments from like every one of my videos? Because I want it to be. Oh man, I think it did. I didn't like, if someone can tell, I did not mean for Wes to get banned. I meant to just delete the comment. But YouTube. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hold on. No. Yeah. It deleted all of his comments from everywhere. All right, his name is Wes100. Okay. Unhide user from the chat. Okay, he can. All right, Wes, you can come back now. You can come back. I did not mean to ban you. I just meant to delete the comment, which is fine. Which is fine. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yes, big things are coming. Where was I? In the middle of, a publishing meeting. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so you go get that bread. Don't let me distract you. What's up, zombie? So he prefers putting more energy in NASDAQ listings that get coin more value. Send Dungeon. I don't know why that's your interpretation of this data, because that is clearly incorrect. Like, again, they have a OMI unlimited beta program, which you're in. You can see how amazing it is, and you're still saying that they're not putting any energy into giving the coin more value. Like, that's all they've been doing. Like, clearly, you can have two things at once. Like, just because I am, let's say, like, I can't work out right now because my shoulder's busted. That doesn't mean I'm just automatically eating pizzas and junk food. No, I'm still keeping on the diet. But like, two things can be right at once. They can work on multiple things at once. That is what well-funded, well-run companies do. They do multifaceted things. Something that if a company, sorry for the hard words, they're not hardware, they're wrong. Like, you're a veterinarian, so you're very smart. I just feel like your feelings of where the token is clouding your judgment for what is actually going on. Yeah, what's up, zombie? Big things coming. Meow, meow, meow. Hell yeah. You ban. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to ban Wes again. I went to just delete the comment, and then someone commented, and then when I went to hit delete comment, it moved to ban. And I was like, God damn it. As me fan. Oh, yo, what up? What up? Hey, yo. What's the timeout? Okay, there it is. Broken down 2%. Your data is wrong. Let's refresh. Okay, instead of being up 0.04, up 0. Okay, now this is according to Gecko Terminal. There are two other places we could check. We could check CoinMarketCap, and CoinMarketCap will give us the average of what it is doing, which is down 1.58%. So not down 2.5, it's down 1.58. Actually, it's down 1.49, but let's say 1.5, round up. And from that, it is anywhere between 0002103 and 0002157. Yeah, the 2103 is Kraken and 2157 is ORKT. But again, I don't think the news has really hit the token. It's just what they're like. This is just normal ebbs and flows of the token. Again, and that's the other. All right, so let's do CoinGecko. Maybe you're looking at CoinGecko, and maybe CoinGecko has it as down 2.2%. So not that far off. But again, like, if you take a look at the 24-hour thing, it was down well before the announcement hit. It even bottomed at 0.0002079 and is up from there. So again, like, as I said to Sven Dongens, like, your interpretation of the data is importantly wrong. Bill Garza, Rick, what's Bill Gar. So I'm just trying to look at it two ways as always. Open mind is important. Do not put your eggs in the same basket. Yeah, you should not put all your eggs in one basket. Sometimes that could work out, but it is not the recommended thing to do. Recommended thing to do is to diversify and to make sure you have eggs in multiple baskets. Yeah. Okay, let's keep on going. Oh, I haven't eaten in a minute. Water. Earth. Fire. Air. Okay, sorry. I bought another TOF today. She was like $6. What was I to do? This is huge, legitimizing digital collectibles and the space as a whole. Hell yeah. It's okay to only be excited about VeVe. It is. It's okay. It's okay to only be excited. Like, this is huge news. It's great for the company, great for our bags. Oh, hello, Mr. Meggy. I think the NASDAQ is awesome, isn't it? This is great news for VeVe and OMI holders. VeVe going to be it is all one. It's all like, what other company, like all these other companies. Now, granted, we were in a very, very long bear market, right? But all these other companies are just like struggling to keep the lights on. The VeVe's like, yeah, we're wanted so much. We're making so much money. We're so successful. We're just getting listed on NASDAQ. Yeah, it's in our free time. How they have time to do like is insane. You explain this in baby terms. Which part? Because there's a lot of parts that can be explained. And I don't know if I can explain it in baby terms for all the parts. Okay. So there are two different questions that we need to keep separate. And what happens if you buy ORKT right now? So ORKT, let me see because it's in after hours and it's down to 87 cents now. I don't think people know what they're doing. I really don't think people know what they're doing here. So how many VeVe shares will exist after the financing is one question. Two is how many of those shares will actually be freely tradable at closing? Out of the 600 million new VeVe shares, none of those will be available to be traded for the first year, 12-month lockup. So the only ones that should be available to be traded should be just the shares from ORKT. The definitive agreement tells us enough to model number one pretty well, not enough yet to know number two, because the price and resale registration terms of the private placement haven't been disclosed. The financing must raise 30 million to 100 million in Class A shares. Cool. That should be pretty easy to do. Raising 30 to 100 million in Class A shares should not be very difficult. That should be very easy to do. The low end, I'm not going to say raising $100 million is easy because it's not, but for what VeVe is, yeah, easy. Easy. For what, but again, like you normally want for VCs, they normally want like 30% of the company. But that's when something's worth, like a couple $1 million, $10 million, like 8 figures maybe. But this looks like it's gonna be worth in the 9 figures. You're probably looking at Ben Rose is probably so salty. You're probably looking at, you probably wouldn't be able to get the normal people that would want to buy 30% of the company because it's now we're way past that point. Now you want people like you have your IPs, you have your licenses that David has worked with. I would bet that VeVe and that Disney and Marvel would probably be in this raise because they know what VeVe's made for them so far. They know what it can do in a bull market. So I guarantee you, in the $30 to $100 million of class that they have to raise for Class A shares, Marvel and Disney are 100% going to be in that conversation. I would even say Paramount now, because Paramount, like, so they've done so well with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They've done so well with Avatar. They've done so well with a lot of their stuff that they brought on here recently that Paramount will, and I would have said DC, but DC is always like broke. They're always selling themselves to one person or another. You know, at WB, bro, WB has had a rough century here. They've had a rough turn of the century. They were, you know, bought by Time Warner. They were bought by, like, we had a couple great Batman movies. We had a couple of great, you know, great ones of those. But there's no, what happened to Looney Tunes? Looney Tunes was like the biggest cartoon network that like ever. They were the most popular shit ever. And then what happened? When was the last time y'all saw a good, genuinely good Looney Tunes product? I haven't seen Space Jam 2, so that could be okay. I don't know. At least it's not as bad as Lesbian Space Princess. The entire internet is uniting against that shit right now. Anyway, you take, yeah, like you had really poor handling of a lot of DC's at Warner Brothers IP. But now that Paramount has control, or they're about to have control, I wouldn't look to DC or Warner Brothers to buy into any of this. I would look to Paramount. So again, I say that Marvel and Disney are probably going to be in this conversation. They're probably going to want, like, yeah, hell yeah, for us to own some of this. And then for us to not only make our share from the licensing stream, but if once they do distributions again, we get more of that money. Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely will they do that. In my opinion, they might not, right? But I would also look to Paramount. And for that, like, you might only need one of any of those three companies. And if he does that for any of those one of those three companies, like, they could take the whole funding round. Like, that is nothing to $100 million is nothing to those companies. They could take the whole funding round. CryptoCosmos says VeVe's headed to NASDAQ. Heck yeah. This is a great time. I know Jeremy tweeted before. I answered him. I tried calling him. Does anyone? No, I don't know if he looked at it. Did he comment on anyone else's thing? He might. He's super busy. He might just be in a meeting. Yeah, he hasn't commented on anything in a while. He's just always busy. So what happens by ORKT right now? The short answer is, like, those shares are going to be the only tradable shares when this deal is done. And I think they go bananas. And I don't even have an E-Trade account set up anymore. But I think those shares do really, really well. What are they even trading at? So they were down like 12% to like 87 cents. Now they're at 89 cents. But yeah, again, I think those will be the only shares that will be those will be the only shares that you can trade after the deal closes. Now, getting back to this, assuming the private placement is done at $1 a share, I'm using $1 because the merger itself assigns $1 deemed value to the 600 million shares being issued for Orbis. That does not guarantee the financing will be priced at $1. Hey, Randy, how does this news affect DB's clear liquidity issue when it comes to the collectibles? DB's clear. What is DB's clear? I don't know what DB is. Hey, let's pull a video of Randy calling this when the Disney license was announced. I'm sure Wes has it. I'm sure somebody's got it. Somebody go back to 2021. If Marvel, Disney jump in, game over. I'd say Marvel or Disney are probably, especially Marvel, like Marvel and VeVe are like this, right? I would say that you would probably want to go to them because like, and they might be insulted if you went to like a million other people first, right? They would probably go in and say yes. Because again, they know what VeVe does in bull markets. And it's insane what they do in bull market. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I don't think Tad's busy with Candy. I don't think he would jump in here. Jeremy Bedard disputed. I think he might. Want OMI to reach $1 billion mark? I think it can. I think OMI can definitely reach $1 billion market cap again. I am so freaking hungry. Let us continue. Where was I? All right, so Orbis shares 600. So if they do $30 million raise, the new financing shares. So the basic shares outstanding would be $635 million if they did a $30 million raise. Obviously, do a $100 million raise, $705 million. Now the 5.4 or 5.84 million legacy number comes directly from ORKT's latest annual report of Class A, which is 5 million Class A and 817,000 Class B. And those existing B holders have agreed to convert their shares to A at closing. Cool. So that's how you get the 5.84 million. So at $1 financing price, you think about VeVe as roughly $600 to $700 million market cap basic share company at closing. $600 to $700 million. That's what they're being valued at. God, if they get $2, like my brothers in Christ. This is going to be great. Imagine you got in at the bottom valuation. Oh, Bill Gardner. Bro, Ben Rose is punching air right now. No, we don't know what Bill Gardner got for the, okay, just saw the announcement. Trying to figure out if I should pick up some shares. It's very confusing. I'm live now explaining it. Oh God, explaining it. Want to come on for a minute? Okay, God, let me meow, StreamYard, copy link. Want to come on for a minute? 6-7. Yeah, I know, right? I wonder I wonder if people are gonna, if not, I can give my friend a quick rundown of it. The initial VeVe float will probably be extraordinarily small because whether you have 600 or 700 million, it doesn't matter whether they raise 30 million or 100 million, and the float comes out to 630 million or 700 million shares. Those shares will be locked up for a year. So out of ORKT currently having 5.84 million shares outstanding, but only 1.95 million shares are estimated to be in the public float. So the definitive agreement says that the Orbis holders' new shares are subject to a 12-month lockup. That's the entire 600 million share. Yep, not just Class B portion. So those 600 million shares don't immediately become, yep, you can't sell those for a year. That leaves 1.95 million legacy ORKT public float. That is a very small amount, plus whatever portion of the new private placement shares become freely tradable. And that's the big unknown right now. Private placement doesn't, okay, all right, so the private placement, that's the one that they can become free to trade. Private placement doesn't mean those 30 to 100 million hypothetical shares can immediately be dumped into the public market. We need the securities purchase agreement registration rights terms to know when those investors can resell. That's fine. Okay. Going back to how does this news affect VeVe's clear liquidity issue when it comes to collectibles? But what liquidity? I mean, like the liquidity as far as like, can they sell those collectibles? Or the liquidity in OMI on the markets? I mean, some of these collectibles have a very thin floor. Some of them, like Mr. Squeebs has like $500,000 worth of just secret rare comics, like just secret rare comics. Dude is a machine. Yeah, machina. Ah, my back. Okay. So suppose that they raise $30 million, you know, at $1, right? And then there are $635 million. I'm sorry, 635 million shares. If none of those $30 million financing shares are freely tradable at closing, you have $1.95 million float. Or I'm sorry, 1.95 million share float, which is 0.31% of the company. That's insanely small. If instead all $30 million financing shares were freely tradable, that's $31.95 million float, or 5% of outstanding shares. For the $100 million scenario, 705 million outstanding shares. If financing shares aren't available, then it's 0.28%, which is 1.995. If all 100 million were freely available, then it's 14.4%, right? 101.95 million. So the plausible range looks something between 1.95 million to 101.95 million, which is anywhere between 0.28% and 14.4%. So that's a lot. That's a big difference. There's very few secondary sales, so flexible. Some big purchases, yes, but on average, the market, yeah. At this point, they would probably value. Anyone would look at their company at first glance, and be like, okay, you have 30 partner statues. Partner statue 30,000 or is $1,000. Okay, $30,000, and that's what they value at. Just quick back of the napkin math. That's probably what they'd look at. They're not going to go into any of my formulas or any of the ways that they should be treated or valued based on, again, sub 100 popularity, what type of rarity it is, how scarce it is, how much other are locked up. OMI show will be on fire with this news. Oh, bro, should move it to today, right? Looking forward to panel conversations. Hell yeah! When's the next show for the? It's tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Rain and Dr. Stuff are gonna have a blast. An absolute blast. I'm having a blast right now. My back hurts and my shoulder hurts, but for the most part, having a blast. Loving everybody just going to their blockchain daily news and just everywhere else to just spread the love. Amazing stuff. Yep. All right. Yep. Should go down before end of the year. Said I can be there with them to ring in the bell. I'm gonna wear my VeVe shirt. Gonna be great. Freaking love this game. Ben Rose be punching air right now. Oh, sorry, Ben Rose. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, lordy. I had a lot of tabs open. Apologies about that. All right. So the scenario that I just gave y'all with anywhere from 1.95 million shares to 101.95 million shares in the float, that's a large spectrum. Will Paul Barron be invited to the OMI show we hope to discuss this news? Yeah, didn't Paul Barron say VeVe was dead like 2 years ago? Now they're on NASDAQ. Oh god, I love this game so much. I'm just happy that it got purple banana duck. Oh, very nice. Yeah, today's drop did like $13,000. $12,000. It did a very, very good job at making things pretty scarce. Very happy about it. Very, very happy about it. Yep. Okay. Sorry. Asian Dan said something, but I'm going to get to it in a minute. Now I'm going to requote this and be like, okay, 30 to 50 million. We're going to go on Orange Cloud here. All right, we got to put in 30 to 100 million. I'm going to screenshot it, and then I'm going to send it to and be like, I think that at Disney, Marvel, oh gosh, there's a lot of Marvel. All right, Marvel, and at Paramount, will all be interested in this. I think it's possible that just one of these companies take the whole funding round. And let me paste this photo. Yeah. Yeah, there's no, okay, gotta sleep. All right, good night, Sven Dungeon. Orange Cloud NFT. Yeah, that'd be great. One Orange Cloud NFT drop. That would be awesome. My brothers in Christ, I am so hungry. I am so fat. I don't need it. I don't need it. I feel like SpongeBob. I definitely don't need it. 6/7 secret rare gold VeVe logo is almost sitting at floor. Oh, is it? Should I buy it? Bro, I want to buy things. I want to buy all the things. 6/7, bro. It's almost as good as 6/9. 21 million. I could do it. I could sweep the floor right now on these freaking things. But I won't. I won't. I have other things to do. I'm going to keep my OMI. ORKT acquire Orbis, so that means you still have control. Yes, yes. So ORKT technically acquires Orbis, but David and Dan become the new like owners of ORKT. So it's all the same thing. Excuse me. Go. Yeah. Okay. Great on that. So I'm just gonna be like, long story short, everyone who owns VeVe shares, who currently owns VeVe shares, will get issued new VeVe shares that will be tradable on NASDAQ, but they have a 1-year lockup. The only shares that will be tradable for 1 year are the current 1.95 million shares of ORKT and whatever new shares they issue during a raise. Raise will be between 30 and 100 million. However, those shares may also have a lockup period. I would definitely buy ORKT shares as they are stupid cheap. Okay. Is this why it's called a reverse merger? It is, it is. So the teams, so this means we can now, yes, we can. We could buy the ORKT shares right now. Or we could wait. We could wait until I don't know why I do. I honestly, I'm trying to think of the drawback of buying ORKT shares right now. And I'm not getting one yet. I mean, they'll be diluted, right? But the only ones that should be tradable should be these ones. Dan and Dave about to be soon. Yeah, they're about to be going crazy. VeVe party is going to be lit. Canada to officially announce retaliatory tariffs against the U.S. tomorrow. The first comment is OG Howard Stark saying, "Who cares?" Oh god, that's wild. All right, what did Asian Dan say? Because he said something. He said, "Would love for Smart Money to explain the purpose and significance of the transaction as well. What about our OMI? Oh my god, Asian Dan. I will. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to hit copy And then I'm going to go to Asian Dan. And I'm going to hit paste. Just watch my show, bro. Okay. Drawback is low volume. Oh, no. I mean, like, it's low volume right now. It's not going to be low volume forever. This is going to be huge. Great timing. Just a coincidence, probably. Yeah, I don't understand how Coinbase doesn't give OMI a proper listing at this point. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the explanation here. All right, there is another dilution bomb sitting off to the side. There's 90 million, or almost 91 million advisor warrants at $1 per share. The agreement also permits up to 875,965 incentive plan shares, up to 3.5 million of restricted advisory shares, management RSUs, and up to another 6 million operating expense financing. Those warrants alone could add another 91 million Class A shares if exercised. Here's what jumps out. If the private placement stock isn't freely tradable immediately, we're potentially looking at something pretty unusual. 636 to 706 million basic shares outstanding, but quite possibly only 2 million legacy shares freely floating. That would mean 99.7% of the company isn't in the public float immediately after closing under the most restrictive scenario. And remember, the company is specifically seeking NASDAQ listing approval for the Class A shares issued in the transaction, while the Orbis holders receiving those shares have the 12-month lockup. That could create an enormous disconnect between market capitalization and available trading supply. If VeVe attracted serious attention from the existing VeVe OMI collectibles community, a 2 million share float would not require billions of dollars of buying to move the quoted share price substantially. The quoted price would nevertheless appear to be hundreds of millions of outstanding economic shares when calculating market cap. So yeah, this could go insane. Like let's say this goes to, because the only shares out there are going to be the couple million that you see of ORKT. People won't look at the market cap. They'll be like, oh, it's $1. Let me buy 100. Like, this could get so silly so quickly. Top 3 craziest VeVe deals ever since inception. Yeah, this is one of them. There's probably 1 or 2 others that are out there that really can't be talked about yet. But there's probably 1 or 2 others that, yeah. The other ones that we've had recently, well, not recently, just since the inception, just one getting VeVe or getting Disney on was great. The other, like, dude, Marvel Comics. I know, and I'm not talking about like the OG comics, like, but every new comic that comes out, VeVe just has the keys to the store. Like they're exclusive to VeVe. That is insane. So I would say Disney in general, and then the new Marvel comics coming out every week, just on VeVe is just bananas. Absolutely bananas. Great. It's another buddy of mine, 1,000 shares. It's possible that. Okay, what do I say? Less than 2 million shares are tradable. And if that's the case, people who don't pay attention to market cap will buy those shares at $1, $5, $10, etc. And and there would be no sell pressure for 1 year. Those shares could go absolutely insane. Yeah, this could go wild. This is the first NFT company going public. Well, Coinbase is already on, and Coinbase has, I mean, it's Web3 adjacent, right? What's the play, Randy? Buy more OMI, NFTs, and Orange Cloud. I want some Orange Cloud shares. Two friends of mine literally just got 1,000 ORKT shares each. And I probably should get some. I don't know how. I'd have to give a friend money and they'd have to like buy it for me. Cause I do not cause I do not have the, okay. And just with that, it's back up to 98 cents. Good for now. Oh, okay. Ton of shares of ORKT, which should be able to negate that digital collectible narrative hitting. Well, yeah, this could go absolutely insane. Big news. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. God, I'm so freaking ORKT shares, most likely. Just listen to my live. We're going crazy. Talk to me. I'm following your lead. So I mean, I would get ORKT shares because again, you have people that are, I don't want to say, never underestimate stupid people at large, but even in stocks, like so a lot of the financial illiteracy that you see in Web3, that's not exclusive to Web3. There's a lot of people out there that think the same way, where it's like, oh, I want to buy this token because it has 6 zeros. You know, like this token only has 1 zero, so I'm not going to get that, but this token has 6. Meanwhile, the token with 1 zero has a market cap much less than the one that has 6. And it's like, a lot of people don't pay attention to the market cap. They just pay attention to how many shares they can buy. And, oh, it could go to a penny, it could go to a dollar, you know, like, that is much the same in the newer, lower level, like I don't want to say dumb money, but well, just uneducated money. People will take a look at ORKT or the new VeVe ticker that it'll come under as, and what will happen is that they'll say like, oh, I like VeVe, I know what they're doing, I like Disney, I like what they're doing. Oh, it's you know, $1 a share. But let me buy 100 shares. Let me buy 1,000 shares. Like, let's say the average person just gets 100 shares, and that's not a lot. Like, there's a buddy of mine that just got 2,500 right now. Another buddy that got 1,000. Like, there's going to be a what's today's? Is today Friday? Oh, it's Monday. Thank God. You're probably going to see a massive pump tomorrow. Now, you might also see like there's people out there that they sold the news. I don't know why. But when this happens, and you could possibly have less than 2 million shares out there that are tradable, because the actual untradable float could be up to 700 million shares, where most of those will not be able to be tradable. You have the 600 million new shares that'll be issued to current VeVe holders. Bill Gardner will get some of that. And those new shares will be untradable for a year. Now, the 30 to 100 million that they have to raise at $1, and they might raise a little bit below that, right? But let's say those shares, let's say they're at $1. It's possible that those shares can be traded right away, but most likely not. There will most likely be a certain lockup for those shares. I don't know how long, but to get them at that price, there'll probably be a certain lockup period. And again, Marvel, Disney, Paramount could all just decide, yeah, we're gonna take the entire fucking round. separately, not even together. Like they'll just, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'll give you whatever now, sign whatever. Don't even offer it to anyone else. They could wind up taking the whole round, and they should. Any one of them should. But if those shares are also locked up, let's say for 6 months, then the only shares that are tradable are the less than 2 million shares that ORKT has publicly in their float. And that means that if you're at $1, you're trading at a let's say that the 100 million shares new are created, which means VeVe gets like $100 million over there. What can they do with that? If it's $1 and you have 700 million total, cool. VeVe's a $700 million market cap. Okay, so, but people aren't going to look at that. They'll just see, oh, it's $1. I'll buy 100 of them. I'll buy 1,000. Like they'll buy crazy amounts of them, which that's not a crazy amount. But then you'll get people that won't just do 100 or 1,000. You'll get people that will be like, yeah, I'm going to go on. They'll have crypto money. They'll have no idea what never being gone into TradFi. They'll say, yeah, I'll throw 50 grand at it. They'll try to buy 50,000 shares. They won't be able to. It'll go up constantly as soon as they buy. And they'll get them at $2, $5, $10. And then people that are not looking at the market cap, they're just looking at the price, that won't get it at $1 or $5. They'll be like, oh, it's $10. You know what? I can't get, 1,000 of these because I can't afford 10,000, but I could buy 1,000 of these. And they'll buy 1,000 shares at $10, which would make VeVe a $7 billion market cap. Like that will happen because like this is why companies do splits all the time. So good friends with a fund manager that had said like, hey, one of his clients, they heard about Tesla, they want to get into Tesla, but Tesla's like $1,000. And again, it's like a very poor client. Like this is a client like had like, maybe an extra 1,000 to spend, right? And it's like, okay, well, we want you to get, as again, it's smart to diversify. The told clients, well, we want to get you in a couple of things, right? We want to get you into, let's say FANG, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, but we also want to get you into Tesla. But if the $1,000 could only get one share of Tesla, it's like, okay, this is really hard for us to be able to give our people, put their entire portfolio as one share of Tesla. And obviously they would put more in as time goes on. But there's a lot of people that would not buy Tesla because of that. There's a lot of hedgies that would say like, hey, a bunch of our clients, we would love to get Tesla, but we don't want it to be their entire portfolio. So we're getting them this stuff instead. So that's why companies do splits. And it's like, okay, we'll give you 10 shares for your one share and $1,000. Now it becomes $100 a share. Now the people that could not buy Tesla at 1,000 a share, they're going to buy it at 100 a share. And it's like nothing fundamentally changed about the market cap of it. It's just at a point where they could buy it very easily. And again, that's at $100. So it's like, okay, let me, you could maybe get 5 or 10 of those and, spend $1,000. But the lower the price, the more that people will buy. And people won't understand, oh, $10. Yeah. What if it goes to $100? They won't understand that at $10, that could be a $7 billion market cap. And yeah, it could go to 100, could go to 70. But they'll just think, oh, hey, this is $10. Let me buy a bunch of it because it's cheap. And they would much rather buy that than something else that's $30. That could have a market cap that's like 6 million or 60 million instead of 7 billion. That is the mindset that a lot of people will have. And that is what could make these shares go absolutely fucking insane. Excuse my language. I don't know squat about the stock market. Not a lot of people do, but I've been there for a minute. And I'm very, very excited about this. That's saying I love that. Oh my God. Bam's the best. I love her so much. Oh God. I love you so much. She's the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep her down. Around. Listen to the sound. A little bit of all you got. Never bring you down. Might take a couple years. Some more possibly boom because of how many shares there are, but I'm in. Well, again, the shares are not going to be tradable for that 1 year. This could go insane. Though they issued 600 million shares at $1, they are, but those are not tradable for a year. So, heard the cool news. I assume Dan David will still. Yes, they will be the new majority shareholders of ORKT. This is insane. Stan says, "Holy smokes!" Dan Dave hang around if it pumps like that. Yeah, I mean, you know, last time they were worth a couple billion, and they never. Yeah, they never left. They said no to a lot of people. Bam! Pokemon, where you at, girl? Where you at, Pokemon? Oh my god. A few updates have landed in the VeVe Stickerverse, a refresh profile view, and the ability to switch wallets. These are the first improvements. A full UI overhaul comes after the next release. The new Mac on Deck release will appear in the app very soon. Very good for Stickerverse lovers. Yeah, this is good. We're Pokemon. We're Pokemon at right now. Crypto Cosmos says VeVe shares will be on NASDAQ before OMI on Coinbase. Your move, Coinbase. Hell yeah. I love how Jana Lisa says the blue chain deserves the red circle. I'm so excited. Dirk Lodge, how could the 600 million at $1? Is that just the value of the deal? What if the stock is trading at like 70? Well, you cannot trade for an extended period of time on NASDAQ at under $1. You have to be $1. If you trade under that, you get a warning. And if you if you continuously trade under that, then you just are done. It's like that you get delisted. So yeah, good times. What is the total diluted shares? Well, it depends on how much they do in that raise. It could be 30 to 100 million. And so it could be 600-ish million shares or 630-ish million shares or 700-ish million shares. So that would be the total amount of shares after that. This is so freaking cool. David is such a beast. I love this man. I love this game. This is so good. I explained it to him as best I could. I called, but he didn't answer. So I answered him in the comments. If anything, just watch my live. I'm explaining it all there. All right. Now let's get back. Let's see what ORKT is now. 98, almost 99 cents. Again, wicked a wicked pump up, a wicked jump down, and then back to pretty much baseline. A lot of shares are changing hands. They could create an enormous disconnect. Yep. If VeVe attracts serious attention from the existing VeVe OMI collectibles community, 2 million share float would not require billions of dollars of buying to move the quoted share price substantially. It wouldn't. It would just take a couple million, probably. Quoted price would nevertheless apply to the hundreds of millions of outstanding economic shares. One thing I changed from our earlier discussion, I wouldn't confidently say the initial float will be 1.95 million. It could be higher. That's a current estimated ORKT float and a useful baseline. But the financing documents could dramatically change the number. The next filing I'm watching is probably going to be for the private placement agreement registration rights agreement. Once they disclose the financing price, number of shares, resale restrictions, we'll be able to calculate the initial VeVe float much more precisely. Given how much float calculation changes once those financing terms appear, keep an eye on it. Awesome. Con, yo, what up, Planet Vampire? Yeah. Al gave me a call back before. Well, I called him first, and then he called back. Oh, my back. He'll come on at some point again down the line, just talking about his stuff, but just not today. Today, not today. Oh, let it go. Sorry. Tomorrow it will seem so yesterday, so yesterday. You're gonna go pet Dashi real quick. Dashi, it's a good day. It's a good day, buddy. I mean, no. Should I cancel this live and go live? I've been live for 2 hours already. Let's see if anyone else wants to go live. I'm just a bird that's already flown away. Where is the VeVe Gold logo, peeps? Be like, oh, that's a lot. I don't need to go. Anyone want to come join the stream? Question mark. My voice is getting tired. My voice is getting tired. Let's see what people on X are saying. Wubba Wubba says, Jesse Polag, you can't find a more legit and deserving utility token than OMI to be listed on Coinbase. The company VeVe official using this token is literally getting listed on NASDAQ. Yeah, they can't do this any longer. They cannot delay. Oh, there's a flash app for Comics and Crypto on Fanable app. They got a lot of stuff that they're. Is that a 9.6 CGC for Thor number 337? That's first appearance. God, what's his name? He can lift Mjolnir. Beta Ray Bill. That's $29 for 9.6. Not bad. What we got here? So tired from work that I backtracked the video when Al called and typed in chat as if it were live. That's great. See everyone tonight. Yep. Oh, John Cena is really promoting that Coyote vs. Acme movie. Diego says, "Hey yo." Good for you, Diego. Good for you. How's Orange Cloud gonna buy effectively? I mean, I've gone with the swamp, but it'll be all good things. It'll allow VeVe to raise tens of millions of dollars, maybe even $100 million if they want to. They might not need to, but you know, when's the best time to raise? The best time to raise is when you don't need it, and they're not going to need 100 million. And I'm really curious to see who buys. And I think Marvel, Disney, or Paramount will probably take heavy consideration into buying everything. Well, not I mean the entire funding round valuation that they're doing. They might just take the whole round. We've got Cabimation, the co-founder of Clanistore, saying, "Congrats, Ming S Dynasty, on the insane arc over the years. The main character energy. I don't know who that is. Ooh, Casual says Disney Lorcana 2024 Oswald the Lucky Rabbit Foil trading card. Okay, so here's another thing. I have a meeting on Wednesday with Cybercell. So Collect Awesome owns FigPin. They also own Cybercell. Oh yeah, this is great news. Absolutely great news. So I will be an affiliate of theirs, and they're doing something with VeVe where they're having Avatar trading cards, Avatar the Last Airbender trading cards, and I think now those are probably going to do really well. But don't buy anything yet. I'm going to get a referral code, and you're going to get discounts. You're going to get discounts if you buy those from me, but just wait till after Wednesday when I get the referral code. Then you'll be able to save some money on it. Anything VeVe touches is going to turn to gold now. What is going to happen? All right, so people were saying, debating between secret rare grails or their common counterparts, if they have one. I think OMI. All right, now the news has reached OMI. Now we are up 5.5% on the day to 00022, 2251. And yeah, I got a nice little green candle because people are awake. They're awake now. China's waking up. China. All right, so nothing. So the first thing I guess to move is OMI, as opposed to the Grails. Oh, Eddie Riso for 3.8 million OMI. Might want that. Oh, dude, somebody sold a partner statue for like 4.7 million OMI before. It might have even been lower than that. Oh, and Eddie Riso sold for 3 million OMI. Damn. Tomb of Dracula ultra rare for $37. Not bad. Amazing Fantasy 15 common sold for $208. Pluto sold for $312. All right, let's see on the day. So we had 4 Captain America Secret Rare sell for a total of $6,500 or 30 million OMI. 2 Akomi Secret Rare logos sold. Partner side sold 4.2 million OMI. I would have so bought that. Master Splinter sold for $825 or 3.7 million OMI. Can't believe Eddie Rizzo sold for 3 million. I would have got it too. Flying Balloon from I forget the artist's name. Balloon Girl. This chick. She had sold for 2.5 million OMI. Todd Batman sold for 2.4 million OMI. That's pretty low also. Rising through. Oh. Sung Jin Woo sold for $317 when the floor is 12. So I wonder why. Special mint. Oh, it was number 38. That is why. Because it was a sub 100. Yeah, what's up, JKRB? How's it going? Meow, meow, meow. And then a Pluto sold for $312. I want to check a couple of my comics that I have. Because when OMI goes up, sometimes people sell things super cheap to get the OMI because people have FOMO, which is fine. And I'll show you what I bought in a minute here. Ooh. I bought a West Coast Avengers the other day, number 7, because it's first appearance of Jeff the Landshark, and there's a lot of hype for Jeff the Landshark over on TikTok. So I bought a couple of those. But I'll show you what I bought on my vault. Or in my transactions. I bought another Toph because she was $5. I bought an Incredible Hulk number 181 uncommon because it was $7.66. A Silver Surfer number, first appearance of Mephisto for $2.23. Can't go wrong with that. Avengers number 1 rare cover was under $8. I was like, that is ridiculous. That's like an S tier comic. Another Incredible Hulk number 1 uncommon for $7.66. West Coast Avengers, first appearance of Jeff the Landshark for $2.56. A rare Uncanny X-Men first appearance of Bishop, $1.78 was rare. Probably shouldn't have even done that. I have a couple of those already. Marvel Spotlight number 5, first appearance of Ghost Rider, uncommon, going for $2.23. So I got it. Avengers Annual, number 10, first appearance Rogue, got for $2. Let's see if it's $2.48 right now. Don't really need to. All right. If we're going to, and I bought a Raphael special edition for like 2.3 million OMI. I shouldn't have done it. I already had one. Now I have 2. I'm technically on the top holders list. I like Raphael. My favorite is Donatello. But I don't have any Donatello special editions. Got the Raphael. He was cheap. He was stupid cheap. So I was like, all right, let's go. I got it. Anyway, so that was the news. I've been live for 2.5 hours. I don't necessarily want to keep on going because my back hurts. So if y'all want or need, you can give me a call back. But yeah, I might go live tomorrow. We'll see. Oh yeah, we have today's drop we have to go over. Today's drop we had, I don't even know what these are. Buckchan, but it did like 12, 13 grand. All right, so what is, oh damn, 626. Okay, but you have to minus the crafts. How much crafting was there? Oh, only 69. Very nice. Yeah, it did almost $14,000. It did 3 sales away from $14,000. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, they're crushing it. Made a couple $100 grand this month again. And Tophs. Actually, let me see the Tophs. Yeah, there's like a good 9 special edition Tophs that should have been minted. Only 5 out of the $30,000 that she made. Not much change in the listing of Topps on their secret rares. All right, I'm out. My back hurts. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love it. This is a great 2-hour live. Sorry I'm not going to live again at 8, but my voice hurts and I need to eat. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.